She said, I don't want to. Good morning. It's just we have so much fun in the morning, and then it's like, we kind of got to corral the thought process.
I came in kind of off the rails this morning. I want to throw things.
Allie,
it is what it is.
Our viewers would tell you if they could, they would say,
I'm sure most
Allie,
mornings y'all feel like that.
But that's more times than not that we come into the studio. But then we see each other. And
it's just, I think it's just a news cycle, and then us understanding things and like people not really grasping what we're talking about. It's just,
you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is.
What is it?
Grab a notebook.
Get it.
I am sick and tired.
Take some notes.
I am sick and tired of people holding people that are elected to office or running for office, that tethering them to either a past that is no longer them and they've clearly demonstrated it's no longer them, or tethering them to maybe some choices that somebody in their inner circle made. Are you telling me, everybody out there, that if I came and investigated your life and looked at every person you've ever sat at dinner with, every person you've ever gone on vacation with, that I wouldn't find something sketchy or something like, oops, I made a mistake? Think about you and I.
And then paid somebody in their past to send screenshots and emails and photos.
Like, am I supposed to be held accountable for everything you do? Are you going to be held accountable for everything I do? Or do we elect people and know that they're highly flawed and our job is to stay actively engaged so they'll do your will? Jeez, it just makes me mad. You know what? It's stupid. And this is what I hear it in my head. Thank you, Lord. Like, this is why people don't do politics. But this is why people need to do politics, because we've had the wrong style of people doing politics for too long. You and I don't do it like that. Anyway. Off my soapbox.
Happy Tuesday. It's the Mondayest Tuesday ever.
But it's supposed to be a short week. There's going to be turkey at the end of the week for some.
Yes.
I do turkey and ham. Are you coming by? Are you bringing? Hey, who was it that said mac and cheese is not a real dish for Thanksgiving? I got issues, sir. I got issues. I'm thinking of the baked mac and cheese. Who doesn't do that? Comment below if you do not only baked like mashed potatoes, you know, all the things, but that you do like a mac and cheese dish.
It does, 100%. That's part of it.
If you don't, you're not invited.
Look, you know what doesn't belong at Thanksgiving dinner?
Let me put it down. Hold on.
Potato salad.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
Really? No.
Why?
No.
Why?
That is a summer meal. That's a summer side dish. Potato salad is a summer side dish. That is like that is like a July dish. That's like 4th of July. It's like August. It's May.
I like me some potato salad.
Potato salad on Thanksgiving? No.
Do you know what I'm going to miss? You know what I'm going to miss? Somebody on my ex's side of the family made really great potato salad.
I mean,
and I should have gotten the recipe. This is what you do while you're still...
No.
She said, no, nothing's worth that. Do not go back. Do not ask for that. Okay, look at us. Wow. Okay, what we have in store for you today. I'm so sorry. Thank
you guys for joining us on all social media platforms and Spotify. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'd love to engage with you. All right. We are having down, Michelle.
We are having a FAFO day because we're going to go back to that video that the Democrats, some in Democrat leadership, put out basically calling for those in the armed services to disobey illegal orders, which illegal orders can't be given. So largely what they were trying to do is a marketing ploy, as Byron Donald said, to make their names relevant.
1000%.
But there's
falling into the seditious trap.
There's pitfalls for that. Also, did you know that James Comey, former FBI director and Attorney General from New York, Letitia James, that the indictments were both dropped because of a woke judge in Northern Virginia? Don't cry yet because they're not done. Pam Bondi announced that there's some things happening. Okay. We'll cover that. Also, we're going to talk about the Muslim Brotherhood. And what did Trump mean so long ago when he posted all roads lead to Obama?
Ooh. It's going to be a spicy show, you guys. Hold on tight. Let's open that mic.
Taking back our freedom, back to where we started. We're wearing our red hat tonight. It takes more than just a feeling. Oh, better be believing, and America's gonna be home.
What do you do when they try to cancel you? MAGA Nation, we cancel proof. My red hat stays on. My red hat stays stays on. You know I love God, but in Trump I trust. November 5th, he gon' ride with us. Our red hat stays on. Our red hat stays on. It's the mayor of MAGA, the RNC king. 2024, freedom gon' ring. This the red, white, and blue. I'm still fighting for each one of you. And keep your red hat on.
Thank you. Did you hear the new song? Okay, guys.
Amazing. You guys are gonna love it.
So,
You're gonna love it.
Well, and I'm not one that likes change because I'm set in my ways, and I'm an old soul like that. Like I believe in traditional things, and I don't let go easily. Might need therapy, but anyway, don't pull that string. This song is very, very, very awesome, right? The Hadassah song "Red Hat Stays On," but we have an original song coming out that's going to be included in the intro. And so what I want you guys to do is just let us know in the comments below. Do you think we should still use Red Hat Stays On maybe when we come back from commercial break? Do we still like it? Is it one of our...
it's iconic to us, and I like that. And it really does hold more meanings than just one.
It dates back to when you and I were in our homes, like with just a little background, like... didn't have all this stuff, and I was like controlling it. Remember?
Yeah, I do.
No budget, no budget.
And that red hat stays on. We got to keep it on.
Well, I just want to let you guys know so that you can tell all your friends and family at the dinner table Thursday for Thanksgiving that MAGA ain't going anywhere.
Nope.
And now the establishment.
No matter how hard the establishment tries,
I love how we
are sorry. We're not going anywhere.
Nope. I was gonna say something, but see, I self-censored because I might be a little too forthcoming today.
Give all the cards. Gotta hold a few to your pocket.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when CNN has to eat crow, and I love it because he did it with like a little bit of enthusiasm. Check out President Trump's numbers versus former presidents who have been equally about a year in. Take a listen.
So is the president losing Republicans?
No. Look, this is still Donald Trump's Republican Party, and we can see it here. It's like a rock, to quote Bob Seger. I mean, take a look here. Republicans who approve of Trump. 6 months ago, it was 87%. Now, well, hello, it's the same number. It's 87%. He has not lost any support among Republicans compared to 6 months ago. As I said at the beginning, he's like a rock. He's like a rock. The Republican base is sticking by Donald Trump at this point in time.
It really is interesting to watch his overall approval rating go down, but see this be completely constant here.
It is among independents. It is not among Republicans.
Okay, so how does this compare to past presidents in a second term?
Yeah, okay, I think this gives the game away, right? Which is Donald Trump, if you look at 21st century presidents' own party approval at this point in term two, who leads the pack? It's Donald John Trump. 87% of Republicans approve of Donald John Trump. You go back to 2013, 78% of Democrats supported Barack Obama, and it was 78% of Republicans who supported George W. Bush back in 2005 at this point. So Donald Trump has the biggest own party.
I do also want to say that the Bushes cannot have Florida.
Lord, the Bushes are coming back.
I'm sorry.
Just when you thought you did some landscaping and cut out the bushes, if you don't pull, they're like a pepper bush. A pepper tree here in Florida. You leave one branch in the ground and they just sprout back. Did you hear that? They're trying to make a comeback in the GOP. No. And Paul Ryan, you too. You out.
Nine.
No.
Nah.
No.
And then they got Donald John Quavius' name wrong. It's Donald John Quavius Trump. Okay.
Is he? Oh my God. Who said that? I forget it.
Everybody.
Oh my gosh, that's the cutest thing ever.
Xavier says it. Chicago Red, she says it. It's so funny.
Is it safe to drink, or are you gonna make me
I love it. No, I'm good. You made yourself laugh.
I can do that. That's what happens when you spend most of your time with yourself. You learn to crack yourself. It's kind of fun. Guys,
it's so much better when you work with your bestie. I'm just saying. We have too much fun.
People that have to be in the room, they're probably like, are we witnessing therapy like firsthand? Yes, you are. Yes.
You're welcome.
Do you really say everything on your show?
Because we're helping y'all out too.
We do.
Saying.
And I think you guys need this laughter and this giddiness because you're about to sit in rooms
I'm saying.
and eat with people towards the end of the week that you know you have that you have that one aunt.
Look, I'm probably going to be by myself on Thanksgiving, so I might open up a space on X and we'll just talk
do that.
about
I'm gonna be
just
on my,
all
okay,
the things.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my God.
We'll see.
Would you tune in?
Would you?
Would you tune in?
Out?
We could take it live on open mic too.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
You
we'll do
wanna
that.
come?
Anyway, let's recap yesterday, guys, because there was a story that broke yesterday, and you're not gonna like the fallout from it because
Nope.
I could not believe this. So
I was in spaces all day yesterday trying to figure this out.
So
Listening.
we're going to talk about how the Minnesota taxpayers were completely robbed by a portion of the Somalian community, Hennepin County, which happens to be Ilhan Omar's district. Take a
It's
listen.
Ilhan Omar's district. Is anybody else talking about this? Hello? I want to like tap on the screen so bad.
And I here, should we throw something?
No.
They're like, no, don't.
Of
That's an
course,
expensive
Latinas
camera.
are like, you want to throw something? Yes,
Find something to throw.
Of course.
But I want you to watch just a little portion of what we showed yesterday just to get you up to speed, and then we'll continue with the story. Take a look. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. It is a post. Sorry. Yes. Thank you. These are the documents that show. I'm going to read just a little portion of it here. In many cases, there was fraud with Medicaid. So in many cases, the fraud has allegedly been perpetrated by members of Minnesota's Somalian community. Federal counterterrorism sources confirm, get this, guys, that millions of dollars in stolen funds have been sent from Medicaid back to Somalia, where they ultimately landed in the hands of a terror group. As one confidential source put it, quote, the largest funder of al-Shabaab in Somalia is the Minnesota taxpayer. So they were faking, exaggerating these autism accounts through Medicaid, getting all these extra tax dollars and then sending it over to Somalia. So these are wire This is not like when Barack Obama sent, pallets of cash over to Iran. These are easily traceable because they're done through wire transfers. So you think this is a cut and dry case, right? If you or I did this, if we took too much money from Medicaid or frauded or whatever, they would get us in a heartbeat. Well,
they would.
A judge in deep blue Hennepin County, Ilhan Omar's county, has overturned the guilty verdict. Take a listen. Oh, maybe.
At the August trial for Abdi Fattah Yusuf, the jury heard evidence that he ran his home health care company Promise Health out of a mailbox at a Central Avenue address where multiple other home health care companies were supposedly located. Yusuf and his wife, Lol Ahmed, were charged with stealing $7.2 million of taxpayer money through Medicaid overbilling in a personal care assistant or PCA scam. The couple allegedly spent tens of thousands of the fraud money on luxury items for themselves. Despite the jury swiftly convicting Yusuf, Judge Sarah West last week decided they got it wrong.
It's reversing or overturning a jury's verdict.
Defense attorney Joe Tamburino, who's not affiliated with this case, reviewed the decision and analyzed it for KARE 11 News. He says Judge West ruled that the state's case relied heavily on circumstantial evidence and that she believed the state did not rule out other reasonable inferences.
That, in fact, there could have been other reasonable theories other than guilt in this case. That's what it comes down to.
Despite the ruling, even Judge West wrote that she is troubled by the manner in which fraud was able to be perpetuated at Promise Health.
I was stunned.
State Representative Kristen Robbins, chair of the House Fraud Prevention and State Oversight Committee, says she's now reviewing if any state laws need to be tightened.
We want to strengthen state law so that we can get prosecutions out of these cases, because clearly a jury thought he was guilty.
Jurors in the case can't believe the decision.
I am shocked. I'm shocked based off of all of the evidence that was presented to us and the obvious guilt that we saw based off of the said evidence. It was not a difficult decision whatsoever. The deliberation took probably 4 hours.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Tried, convicted by a jury of your peers, and a judge goes in and just
overturns it. Just
overturns it.
Out of control. Talk about legislating from the bench. That is a huge, just disservice.
And
that is huge injustice, actually.
And it's a telltale sign that obviously we know this crime and corruption protect itself. Government and fraud, protect itself. These layers of fraud and corruption are stacked so tall that we're going to see this when we talk about, Comey and Letitia James and their indictment being overturned. It's like everybody's looking out for each other and for their best interest because they all have dirt on each other.
But nobody's looking out for the American people.
No.
Nobody's looking out for the justice they claim they care about. So this is what the issue is. And this judge needs to be out, removed.
So, you know, and you saw the Minnesota lawmaker there. She's saying that they're trying to legislate this now and fix the loopholes because I don't think I don't know what happens. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I don't know what happens once the judge comes in and I don't know, changes the verdict. How does that happen? First,
I don't even know.
I don't even know. It's crazy. So, I mean,
meanwhile, you got like people that are in jail for life or on death row that actually haven't done the crime and can't get a judge to look at their sentencing.
that part.
But this happens.
that part.
Like,
Well, we'll keep our eyes on
Why?
this. Listen, if you're watching us from Minnesota, I have a couple friends that live in Minnesota that they're staying because it's worth
They wanna
fighting
fight.
for. It's
That's the
beautiful.
point.
It's a beautiful country there,
Yeah.
and we want. Listen, we want to see people from represented in Minnesota from all different walks of life, but there's some corruption. So if you're in a blue state, buckle up, put your red hat on, and get in there and do the work. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be one election cycle. It's not going to be 8 years. It's going to be a fight for a while.
It is.
Absolutely.
We got to play the long game.
Let's pivot to the Democrats that were the seditious Democrats.
Seditious six.
So some of those that were responsible for that really bad marketing campaign that President Trump is calling sedition, rightfully so. Well, some of them, such as Mark Kelly, who did serve, are going to get, I think, a rude awakening today. The Department of War, the DOW, is considering recalling Democrat Senator Mark Kelly to active duty, Allie, to be court-martialed for telling troops to refuse President Trump's order.
Ooh, listen.
This is the actual statement for the Department of War, and I got to get your take on this. Quote, the Department of War has received serious allegations of misconduct against Captain Mark Kelly, USN retired. In accordance with the Uniform Code of Military Justice, 10 U.S.C. 688, and other applicable regulations, a thorough review of these allegations has been initiated to determine further actions, which may include recall to active duty for court-martial proceedings or administrative measurements.
So Pete Hegseth goes on to X and says, so, Captain, in quotes, Kelly, not only did your sedition video intentionally undercut good order and discipline, but you can't even display your uniform correctly. Your medals are out of order and rows reversed. When and if you are recalled to active duty, it'll start with uniform inspection. Love it. Then he goes on to say,
Pete Hegseth.
I just love this. He goes, the despicable video urging Department of War troops to refuse illegal orders, quote unquote, may seem harmless to civilians, but it carries a different weight inside the military. This was politically motivated influence operation. 1, it never named a specific illegal order. 2, it created ambiguity rather than clarity. 3, it used carefully scripted, legal-sounding language. And 4, it subtly reframed military obedience around partisan distrust instead of established legal processes. In the military, vague rhetoric and ambiguity undermines trust, creates hesitation in the chain of command, and erodes coercion. The military already has clear proceedings for handling unlawful orders. It does not need political actors injecting doubt into an already clear chain of command. As veterans of various sorts, the seditious six knew exactly what they were doing, sowing doubt through a politically motivated influence operation. The Department of War won't fall or stand for it.
God bless you, Pete Hegseth. You know, this is what I love about the people that Trump has appointed throughout his administration. A little Trump in them. You know what I mean? Like just a little bit of like.
Well, that gave me a little bit of juice this morning. Thank you, Secretary of War. Appreciate you. Yeah, no, that was just amazing. And
It's
I
amazing.
mean, look, when you listen, I was asked to do a video on the Seditious Six. I did, and I'm getting all kinds of hate in the comments.
This morning I was like,
oh, there's
what is this?
there it's wow. And I'm like, y'all have 1, either never served, or 2, never read military code, or 3, have never read the military oath of office. Yeah.
And I love how Byron Donalds yesterday
wasn't paying attention because he's right. They didn't list an illegal.
What Byron Donalds said yesterday, the
I loved
clip
it. It
that
was
when he's
great.
like, "Do you know what the penalty is for sedition?
Do you?
Do you?" He said Trump's not calling for it, but he did post what the penalty is, and it's your life. Our founding fathers did not play around with this. You understand? They escaped that kind of tyranny, hopped a pond, literally put their lives at stake and their fortunes and their families to build this nation. And you think, I love, somebody did like a little cartoon image of like George Washington, and he's looking at like all these guys like, seriously, you're going to let him get away with this?
Right.
Because what did we fight for?
I'm saying,
yeah.
we better not.
Well, keep that coffee hot, guys, because you're not going to like this one. But before we show you, I just want to tell you, the update is there. I think there'll be something done about this. But you remember the good news we've been talking about. We want to see accountability. So James Comey, the former FBI director, and Letitia James, the Attorney General from New York, they were both indicted by Pam Bondi's Department of Justice. And then this happens. Take a look at this post. They're calling it an infuriating development, but an active judge, legislating from the bench, throws out James Comey's indictment and decides that Trump's U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan was illegally appointed. So this took place. It's a woke judge in the Northern District of Virginia. What she said is not, well, Comey's innocent. Letitia James innocent. She didn't say that is why she's throwing this out. She's saying that the U.S. attorney who's put in charge of this, Lindsay Halligan, was somehow not properly appointed.
Right.
So the freaking cality.
So what they're saying is
true.
He had 120 days. You have 120 days for your appointee to sit in that position. After the 120 days, it's supposed to go back to the judiciary for them to pick someone. Now, Pam Bondi is arguing that that every time you remove someone and add someone else, the 120 days restarts.
Oh.
But precedent shows otherwise. So that is what the argument is about. That's where this is coming from. We don't know if I mean, there's case law, and that's usually how they argue the Constitution is, through case law. So we don't know exactly how this is going to pan out or what the results are going to be. Obviously, just said that in a different way, but.
And so Pam Bondi did come out yesterday in a press conference, and she said that they are going to appeal this. But I do want to highlight somebody that I know we respect very highly here. He's from Real America's Voice. His name is Jack Posobiec. We had the honor of interviewing him at Turning Point USA's convention here in Tampa. But it brings up a very good point, and I think we have to remind you of this, because every time we get a win, and then we see that they overturn, or what just happened in Minnesota, a judge comes in with an eraser and just wipes out what a jury did. It's meant to disenfranchise us. It's meant to make you feel like it's hopeless. It's meant to make you feel like
point. It's a color war.
Yeah, like, oh, I guess I just won't even try. Nothing's going to change. And we hear this even within the ranks of people that are really engaged politically. And it's like, stop saying that. What Jack Posobiec points out here, Allie, is that this deep state is meant to protect itself.
Yes.
Do you really think this is going to be an easy battle?
Of course not.
Take a listen to what he had to say.
A federal judge in Northern Virginia has thrown out the indictments against FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. The judge found that the appointment of interim U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan was invalid and says, therefore, that no indictments can be brought by Halligan because of this. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now. Did you think the system would save you? Did you think that you could just put charges on the deep state and the system would allow it? No. You have to understand how bad the situation is. You have to understand that in many cases, the judges, the attorneys, the prosecutors, they believe essentially the exact same political beliefs as Antifa, okay? They fully are committed to this ideology. They are fully committed to believing that Donald Trump and anyone around Trump is invalid. Anything that he does is invalid. Anything that he wants is invalid. That he is, as Mondami said, a fascist and a despot. And you look at this order. All actions flowing from Miss Halligan's defective appointment, including the indictment against James and Comey, are therefore also invalid. This is
Bring it
what
back,
happens,
Krista.
ladies and gentlemen.
So when are we going to invalidate the 8,000 AutoPen pardons? Come on, Republicans. Like, we understand. We do. We get it. That
Well,
this
and
is not going to be easy.
And I get tired of, and listen, we do have some wins, and I don't want to make it seem like we don't have wins, but largely Republicans they're on their heels playing defense. And we have an opportunity right now to really play offense. And that's why when you see all these little spats happening within MAGA or within the right, it's like, dig in. Okay, I think it was you that said this. You can probably say it far better than I can. But when you're serving in the military and you're looking at the enemy, that is not the time to look to your side and call out. Do you know what I mean? The person who's battling alongside you. Let's get through the battle first.
It's honestly like we're in a firefight and you're looking down at my shoes and you're like, you got the wrong. Your uniform's untucked. Your hair's out of place. Your nails don't match your uniform. Bro, I'm supposed to be aiming and, you know what I'm saying? Hold and focus. What are you, hello?
Hold and focus. I see swag coming. We got to get, Bree, we got to get the lock it down.
Hold and focus, y'all. Hold and focus.
Well, Jack, go ahead.
What's it? Never mind. I'm not even.
No,
I
I'm
was
not
just going to be like, just go. What's in your scope? Am I in your scope or is Saving America in your scope?
Allie, that is good.
I'm just asking.
No,
I'm just asking.
It's good. Well, Jack Posobiec went on to talk a little bit more about the appeal moving forward. Take a quick listen to this interview.
Matt, tell me about this new statement from Chad Mazzell and how on the Comey and Letitia James dismissal of the indictments and how this plays into what the next steps will be.
Well, he says that the judge's ruling here is wrong on a number of counts, and he says that an appeal is coming. I mean, look, he's the former chief of staff of the Justice Department. I believe he was the chief of staff when these indictments came down. I'm not sure exactly on his timeline, but one would think that he's in contact with the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, on him saying that an appeal is coming and that justice will be served to, former FBI Director James Comey and the New York Attorney General Letitia James is a very welcome sign. I think that your point there, I was watching your monologue about how this was all designed by this leftist judge to give the defense attorneys the talking point over and over again is very prescient, right? And so that's what's going to happen here. But one would think that on appeal, this is going to, these charges are going to be reinstated and the cases will move forward. And I would think that an appeal will move pretty quickly.
And again, if this is really, if I'm Comey and if I'm Letitia James, if I want something thrown out of court, it should be on merit. You know what I mean? Like nobody is understand when your leftist friends, if you still have any, because mine have all written me off, but when they make the case, of, well, it was thrown out. No, it was not thrown out based on merit.
Right. Not thrown out based on merit.
Not at all.
But, and then it is just, it's wild to me because if this were a Trump appointed judge and the same thing occurred, whether accurate or not, the left would implode.
Implode, absolutely. So this is just proof that Trump derangement syndrome and the Antifa ideology is not just something you're seeing on school campuses. It's infiltrated into our judicial system.
And again, this would not be happening if we were able to get rid of or repeal the Smith Modernization Act. It's
Call
not
it the
that
Open Mic
hard.
Act.
I don't know what you call it.
We should be advocating.
Can we
for
just
that.
pass the damn thing? Like the other 150 executive orders that have not been codified? Thank you.
Can we get rid of the $40 million a week that we send to the Taliban? Representative Tim Burchett has had this filed for God knows how long. It passed. Wait, I just pulled this up the other day. Hold on.
We've had several things pass the House twice already.
So it's called HR 260, No Tax Dollars for Terrorist Act. You think this would be freaking like...
It should be nonsensical.
It was introduced in January of this year. It passed the House. It's awaiting the Senate. Wait, who has the Senate? Republicans or Democrats?
The Republicans.
Oh,
It's a slim majority.
It's the White House.
Minority, but
it's the White House. Republicans.
Republicans.
What the hell are you doing? Stop.
It's the same with the SAVE Act. The SAVE Act has already passed, I think, twice. Once in the 118th Congress, and then again in the 119th Congress, which is what we're in now. And now we're going into the 120th Congress. And where is it?
Well, and let me tell you, the SAVE Act is just writing in plain English what the Constitution says, because some of you can't read it.
And over 100 other countries have voter ID, and proof of citizenship. So I don't understand what's it.
Try to pack your bags and go to some of these countries. Try and see how quickly you're held up in the airport. These are other names. We just want to, before your wonderful holiday week, we want to let you know who else has lied.
Maybe you should make up some holiday drinks and call them these. That might be
flashcards.
Right?
Okay, take a look at these names. They need to be prosecuted. We got John Brennan, James Clapper, Susan Rice, Samantha Power, Bruce and Nellie Orr, because sometimes people are
like a game show
in marriage. Peter Strzok, James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Rod Rosenstein, Christine Blasey Ford, Eric Holder,
and Hunter Biden.
Your local crackhead. Yes. So,
powdered sugar, anyone? Sorry.
I'm not. I mean, listen.
I get that there has to be a buildup of evidence in order for them to bring these indictments forward so that this kind of thing doesn't happen. So I understand that there needs to be, T's crossed and I's dotted to make sure double check, triple check, quadruple checked, through the chain of command or through, checks and balances. Totally understand that. So that these things aren't kicked back constantly. But if we do not get it together, y'all, and we do not start to focus on what matters in 2026, this will be the only thing we worry about in the next 3 years. And it won't just be from the criminals on the left that have actually committed crimes. It's going to be ridiculous, made up garbage from the left to keep President Trump from actively doing his job, and the administration, because they're going to be so busy trying to figure out how to get Trump out of his whatever concoction the left is coming up with.
Yeah.
You didn't think that they were just going to bow down, did you?
Evil does not take a day off, and neither should we. And Allie, largely, to add to your point, there is a lot of dissension that's potentially trying to be stirred up between in MAGA or the America First movement, and I think
and Florida is the battleground.
It is.
Y'all think it's Texas, but it's not. It's Florida.
Lord, it's Florida, and it's coming a lot from the right, and we're seeing it with our gubernatorial race. I just need you to understand, guys, a lot of that is noise. And you have to treat this as almost a military strategy where you keep what's your focus in your crosshairs. And yes, you can kind of, block some of the noise from the right or left out. Keep the focus. The focus is the midterms. You know why we historically have low turnout in our midterms? It's because the disenfranchisement of the voters who showed up largely in the general election from 2 years ago. 2 years in, they kind of see, well, maybe things aren't moving as fast as we want. The media helps to spin that. You get people on the right who also interject. I'm kind of tired with our own party. And then we get apathy.
They sow dissension.
That is a tool, and I'm telling you right now, we can talk about the corruption on both sides, but it is not an excuse to sit at home on your best intentions. It is not an excuse to stir up apathy. It should do the opposite. I mean, it does to us.
Yeah, I just think we're different. Well, the nation was really only founded and saved by 3%. So
be the 3%. Be the 3%. Help us bring it up to 5%.
Be careful. You might end up on a list somewhere. Well, thankfully, Biden's not in office. So done that.
Absolutely. Guys, we have to take a quick commercial break so that you can get your Liberty cigars.
The holidays are coming up. You don't have a lot of time to order if you want to get them before Christmas. So you might as well hurry up and get on it. And these are the best cigars you will find.
And you're smoking. And you're supporting Open Mic Ladies in the process.
Commander Series is awesome. You should try it.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. And the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake. From the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OPENMIC for 10% off your order.
Who did a video discussing the seditious six, and he essentially says those 6 Democrats that are urging you to disobey the lawful orders of the president, not even a month ago, voted repeatedly to keep you from getting paid because they saw you as leverage, not people. How quickly we forget.
And this is what happens when you have a media industry that largely tries to push a narrative and doesn't use independent thought. And this is what happens. The American people, these independent journalists, these people with just random social media accounts, they get it.
Yeah.
They get it. And when they can't sell you a false narrative, it really makes them scared. It makes them scared. And that's how you end up with COVID. That's how you end up with a lab leak out of Wuhan, China.
That's how you end up being rebuked in comments. Y'all keep playing.
Because you're my sis, and I will rebuke it every time. And I'm just, Michael, you know who you are. Come for my sister again, see what happens. I'm not playing.
He's actually really nice.
Okay, but don't say what you said about my sister on social media, because I got her 6, and I'm just saying. Love you. So, guys, yesterday, after our show,
everybody needs a best friend like Michelle.
Hey, it goes both ways.
It does go both
ways. She's like, what did he say?
What?
Allie, sit down. It's okay. I don't know what I do, largely. Like, it just, thank you.
I just made my day. It's awesome. All right,
You're welcome.
Continue. Let's go.
Yesterday afternoon, President Trump did sign an executive order directing our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, to classify the Muslim Brotherhood as a foreign terrorist organization.
Awesome.
Finally, this has been a long time coming.
We're now at 51 executive orders that need to be codified into law. Thank you very much, Congress.
Yes.
And the states of the United States of America, all 50 of y'all. Hello, can we please get on that? Hey, Governor Ron, can we possibly, I don't know, hold a special?
She said Governor Ron.
A special session.
We just feel like we know we could say.
He's lucky he got governor. I mean, I could have just been like Ronnie D.
Ronnie D. Oh my gosh.
Ronnie
You're
D.
going to get a message.
I just have a question. Can we please host or open or do a special session to declare
let's do that.
The Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist here in America? Can we please do that?
And then Abbott, you can borrow some of DeSantis's manhood when he decides to do that, and you can do it too in your state.
Can we please? I would love that.
To do that. Well, listen.
I think he did already.
Muslim Brotherhood here
did Texas do it already?
No, yes, they did. They actually
Texas did it already.
beat it to us. But that was only because he's in the middle of a heated governor race with Doc Pete Chambers, who knows this stuff in and out. And sometimes it takes a good primary election to like kind of move the needle for someone to actually do their job. All roads lead back to Obama. Now, if somebody is declaring Muslim Brotherhood as a foreign terrorist organization, I want you guys to think about this. It wasn't that long ago that members of the Muslim Brotherhood sat as advisors to a U.S. president, Barack Hussein Obama.
Oh, she's
so think about that. Think about that. Well, because this really, really ticks me off. There is a woman, I want you guys to know, she's an independent journalist. They can't keep her on a network because when she's on the network, people get in their feels, and so she's largely independent. Her name's Brigitte Gabriel. I want you to listen to just a portion of this video. It's a long video, and if you get a chance to search her out, it's a 5-minute video. It's well worth your knowledge. We're going to talk about it a little bit more, but take a listen to what she's revealing. There's already been a court case where they sued the Holy Land Foundation. And part of what was revealed is the Muslim Brotherhood's plan to infiltrate and take over this country. Not made up. This is what came out in a court case. Take a listen.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brigitte Gabriel. I am holding in my hand the Muslim Brotherhood Plan for North America, written in 5/22/1991. This is their plan, titled مذكرة تفسيرية للهدف الاستراتيجي العام في أمريكا الشمالية. This is about their explanation on how they're going to take over the West, their 100-year plan to infiltrate and dominate the West and establish an Islamic government on earth. This plan was presented as evidence in the Holy Land Foundation trial, the largest terrorism trial ever in the history of the United States, where our government handed down 108 guilty verdicts to Muslim Americans and Muslim organizations in America, raising money in the United States and sending it overseas to support terrorist activity overseas. And I'm going to read you a paragraph about their intention in the United States and how they describe their work. Number 4 of the paragraph is titled Understanding the Role of the Muslim Brother in North America. And it says, the process of settlement is a civilization jihadist process with all the word means. The Ikhwan, which is the Arabic word for brothers, must understand that their work in America is a kind of grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within and sabotaging its miserable house by their hands and the hands of the believers so that it is eliminated and Allah's religion is made victorious over all other religion. As you can see, they don't mince words. They don't beat around the bush.
Wow. And you know what? Maybe we'll share. We'll share the entire clip on open mic on social media.
So I want you to understand,
yes, ma'am,
that this is a part of the plan to dismantle America. I also want you to connect that with what is going on with the dissension in America, as far as in our military, which has been confirmed to be a CIA operation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally looking at it right now. Jesse Waters talked about it on his show last night.
Yep.
They have whistleblowers.
He talked to 2 CIA agents. Yep.
Think about that. So who is actually captured? Who best benefits? That is the question that we need to ask.
Well, you guys, and this goes back way back into Barack Obama's administration. Listen, she goes on to say in that court case against the Holy Land Foundation, 108 people, and I think some 30-some organizations were named and deemed to be working for the Muslim Brotherhood, which at that point, every president prior to Barack Obama also deemed them a terrorist organization. Insert Barack Hussein Obama, and he says, you know what, I think we should actually open up the dialogue here. I think we should talk to them. I think they're largely misunderstood. He brings some of these people that were named in the Holy Land Foundation trial, he brings them in as advisors, and what happens?
Right.
We see a dial back of the Iran nuclear deal.
Yep.
The red line in the sand that every president before Barack Hussein Obama put in place to stop Iran from having the nuclear capabilities. He walked that back.
And then think about the implications of what rippled out afterwards.
Oh, absolutely.
There we are right now.
Absolutely. And he delivered. He delivered via a flight and crates, cash, billions of dollars, cash to the Iranian government. He helped fund and support what we call the Arab Spring, which took place under Barack Obama in the Middle East. He helped destabilize the region. He wanted to see a change in leadership because he wanted to see the Muslim Brotherhood and all the terrorist organizations that he supported, he wanted to see them on the rise. And who knew this? Who knew this? General Michael Flynn.
Yep.
Does it make sense to you now?
Does it make sense to you now why there was no border enforcement and how we were able to get people that are well-known terrorists to come across our border and infiltrate America into sleeper cells, and now they're using our education savings plans to build their own meccas?
The Holy Land Foundation trial largely showed that, you know what helped that Arab Spring, where they knocked down duly elected governments in the Middle East and put these terrorist organizations in charge. They caused destabilization. You know how that happened? Open borders. They just took, it was like a soup. They took a spoon and mixed it up and said, you know what, your culture here and your culture here, you guys need to just, we're going to just intermix you. What did they do here under the 4 years of Biden?
Yep.
And you can't tell me that that wasn't the third helping of Barack Obama under Biden. Because you know Biden didn't know what he was doing. And you know Kamala Harris was put as the borders are because she would look the other way.
Yep. Guys, I do just want to say that we love our lives. We're not suicidal. And,
oh my God.
We're very happy with
Listen.
where we are. That's all I want to say.
So, and I'm going to say this, too. And I love that you said this, but I'm going to say this. Do you really want to live in a society where you have to nod and go along with evil? That is hell on earth to me.
I agree.
And so that when we say the microphone is our weapon of choice, if you don't like what I'm saying, that's perfectly fine. But
you can't turn away from
you
what
can't
you
turn
know
away
now.
from the facts. You can't turn away from the facts. And this is, listen, they played the race card. They played it like a fiddle during Barack Hussein Obama. I was called everything in the book, a racist, because of the race card, he largely didn't have to debate these facts.
Nope.
Remember when Weather Underground was like I can't remember the guy's name, white guy. He was his best friend, and people were like, he literally bombed the Capitol under the Weather Underground organization.
Wow, just insanity.
You can't say that, otherwise you're anti-black. I was like, he's half black.
It's wild.
Half of my friends are. Like, what is that?
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter, but they
doesn't
make
matter.
you think that is the shiny object in the room, and so don't debate the facts. I'm telling you, this Muslim Brotherhood being deemed a terrorist organization, people on the left are going to look at this as hate. And what you need to remind them is every president before Barack Obama said the same thing. And if they were so good, why did he give the government of Iran so much money to destabilize the region?
Yep.
Nothing good came out of Barack Obama's presidency as far as the Middle East is concerned. And your young men and women were told to lace up their boots and go die for it. Makes me mad. I'm sorry.
Girl, no, go ahead.
All right. Sorry.
I like it. Keep going.
Well, so what do you
what we
think
got
if I
next?
told you there's such a thing as a temporary protective status? Temporary protective status. What do you think that means? Is it forever?
Obviously not.
Because I'm
Temporary.
thinking that a dictionary from third grade would tell you that temporary means temporary. So
Like all means all? Are we going back to school? Good.
you guys, when Trump deemed that the Somalians in this country, they were put under a temporary protective status, which meant, you know, we need to protect you from your own country so you can come here. We'll make it easier for you to come here. He says, you know what? I think temporary's lasted long enough. And we're going to revoke that, and everybody's up in arms. And yes, it's the Somalian community, the same community in Minnesota that is Ilhan Omar's district, the same Somalian community that they're now saying was fraud, that in Medicaid that the judge waved a magic wand and did away with. Take a listen to Laura Ingraham.
John, you heard them in that clip we played. They said they're not going anywhere. And a lot of these temporary protected status people from Somalia, this has gone back 30 years. It was first granted in 91 under H.W. Bush. Okay, that was when the country was torn apart by civil war. But it just reminds us that if we import people from countries with very, very different value systems than ours, it's fraught with problems. And now, all these years later, we see what's happened to the Minneapolis, which is one of my favorite places in the United States.
Let's bring it back, Krista.
Well, the focus
you
of
know, Allie,
criticism...
one of the things I was thinking about, as much as it makes me mad that the Somalian people that were in Minnesota that committed this fraud, that they're not being held accountable, it is kind of a high-level game, if you will. It did expose fraud. And the judge, when she reversed the decision, she didn't say that there wasn't fraud. Again, she couldn't claim that it was not based on merit. So maybe the silver lining is that fraud being exposed cleared the way for Trump to be able to say, you know what, let's take a look at this temporary protective status. Are they abusing it? Is it something we shouldn't have anymore?
This is the game that's being played. Yeah. You guys haven't picked up on the pattern yet? You haven't picked up on the pattern yet? Yeah. They keep stepping in these landmines, and they keep falling for these traps. And every time they expose their hand, Trump is like, he gives the Trump card. You can't out-Trump card the Trump. You just can't.
You can't. Well, and Ilhan Omar's trying, guys. Again, this is her district in Hennepin County. So we've got the seditious six that were Democrats that were largely telling people, you know, to disobey and sort of disenfranchise in our military. Listen to the rhetoric of Ilhan Omar now as she's talking about this temporary protective status being repealed and whether or not she's going to help the duly elected president send Somalians back. Take a listen.
Somalis are not terrorizing this nation. We are helping it thrive. Somalis have always seen themselves as a fabric of this nation. So not only are we not going anywhere, we are not going to allow anybody to make us feel less Minnesotan or less American.
So again, we are such a melting pot in this country. We know we have wonderful people from all walks of life and from all corners of the earth. But if you are coming here from Somalia to seek refuge under a temporary protective status and our duly elected president says, you know what, we're not going to extend that offer anymore.
Right. Then
I love you. It's done.
It is.
And this is Ilhan Omar, who we found 99.99% match DNA that she fraudulently used the immigration system to show that she married her brother to come here.
I'm still waiting for her removal from the Foreign Affairs Committee.
Listen, it's not about religion. It's not about how you look. It's not about how you vote. It's about what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. The Bible says, let your yes be yeses and your no's be no's.
That's fraud.
And exactly. If I don't get away
if you're going to go after somebody else for alleged fraud, there's proof that there's fraud right here. Again,
Absolutely.
Who is in your scope?
Well, we're going to skip ahead a bit. Speaking of scope, good segue. We'll skip ahead a little bit. I do, for the sake of time, I do want to make sure you guys understand that Department of Justice
6 minutes.
has filed with the Supreme Court. We'll kind of just walk through it real quick to strike down state laws banning the public carrying a firearm. So the Supreme Court's going to hear that in the new year. And I think this is really important because we're not going to have time to show it. But in Chicago, the Christmas tree lighting ceremony on State Street, beautiful. I mean, I've been there probably 10, 11 different times. It's beautiful. Erupted into violence. I think 14 people were shot, largely young people. One young middle schooler lost his life. Chicago has one of the toughest gun laws in the nation. Hey, take a listen to the other. Guess what 2 other states have tough anti-gun legislation? Not Chicago. Chicago's 3rd. 1 and 2, California and New York. Don't they do really good on crime? So tell me that you don't know or that you can't fix stupid with an election. Brandon Johnson, who is the mayor of Chicago, he had this to say about the violence and what was to cause it. Take a listen.
Incidents like last night set us back as a city, and it evokes fear. Our young people have to understand that they should not attend these unauthorized events that have been advertised on social media. They are extremely dangerous due to the number of individuals that may be carrying weapons, and as much progress as we have made, there are still far too many guns on our streets. For these young people who have engaged in these incidents, you have put yourselves and your friends at risk. Because of the reckless behavior of a few individuals, we have families devastated, and our downtown residents are hesitant to leave their own homes. I'm the first.
So again, it's the gun, it's not the person. Is that what we're talking about right here?
Again, guns are illegal in the city limits of Chicago.
Maybe
and they can't do it.
Good people with guns.
Listen, absolutely. The 3 states that have the toughest legislation on guns: New York, California, and Chicago. And if any experiment that led with those 3 numbers, listen, take a look at the crime stats out of Chi-Town. I love Chi-Town. They almost want to move. They almost want to move the Chicago Bears out of Soldier Field, Lakefront, Soldier Field. They want to move because they can. I don't know if we have the clip, the little. Do we have the clip of the crime stats? Okay, sorry. Let's take a look.
1,300. Robberies, 5,200. Felonies, theft, 16,400. Whether it's the mayor or the police chief, I'd just be pissed off if I saw those numbers.
They're being called.
I mean, enough is enough.
They're saying, send the troops, 47.
Yeah, well, he tried.
I know. And I think he'll be successful at it.
Governor Pritzker, listen, Jelly Roll Pritzker, and I don't mean to shame Jelly Roll that way, but he's fighting it. He's fighting it. And listen, Illinois is going to be largely redistricted. They're going to be redistricted, and we're going to have to do it without including illegals. And when they do, I think Illinois has got a shot.
Yeah.
So there is one part in that I don't think Allie needed the AutoPen. I didn't realize that the president pardons a turkey.
Yeah, they do it every year.
Take a look.
Thank you all for being here and welcome to the White House. We're here today to continue a beloved annual tradition, the official presidential pardon of a very, very fortunate turkey. Look at that beautiful, beautiful bird. Oh, so lucky. That is a lucky bird. I hereby grant you a full and complete pardon. I'd also like to express my thanks to the wonderful citizens of our country, the people who care for our communities, raise America's children, uphold our laws and our values, and make this amazing land into our national home.
Such a lucky bird. Most beautiful turkey ever.
It's so funny.
So does Trump and Melania, does their family not have turkey for Thanksgiving, or just not that turkey?
Not that turkey. That turkey is safe.
You know what turkey I'd like to see in that cage? Anthony Fauci. Gobble, gobble. Week, folks.
Oh my! I'm sure Comey probably, I don't know, the countless other criminals walking around.
The Clintons are set to have to. They were subpoenaed.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to sit and what do they call it? It's not. They're not.
It's a hearing.
Their testimony. Yeah, testify in December. In December, I'd love to be a fly on the wall at the.
Oh, I bet we have. What's his name? Ivan. I'm sure Ivan will be there.
Okay.
Front and center, front row. You know how Ivan is. He's going to be there.
Deep State Marauder. We'll have to have him back on the show. Guys,
so that'll be fun.
That is it for us this wonderful Tuesday. You made it. You did it. See, the truth isn't that scary when you can just say it with a smile. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for sharing our platform. If you're not already, please follow at Relay Leger, at Michelle Posey, and at Open Mic Ladies. And if you see some mean-spirited person commenting on our posts, I give you the full authority to just give them a little bit of holiday love and tell them we rebuke you
in the name of Jesus.
We
hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll catch you tomorrow. Keep that mic open.
One brain.